we associate Charlie with being silent, and the tramp with being silent. It's how we understand him, you know, with a piano playing in the background. That's how we understand him. Could he have talked? I don't. I'm glad he didn't. I'm very glad he didn't. I think it would have been positively shocking.
In 1928, Chaplin's greatest challenge had a name: The Jazz Singer, the first talking motion picture in film history whose success exceeded all expectations. When he began shooting in September, Chaplin was fully aware that the public was now demanding only sound pictures. From the moment Al Jolson uttered his first words, silent cinema became an anachronism.
And I want to tell you, this is an all-singing, talking, and dancing picture. A lot of laughs, humor all the way through it.
The very foundations of Hollywood were shaken. The landscape had changed and audiences wanted to hear actors talk. Could the tramp, a product of the British music hall tradition of the 1910s, learn to speak? The public was hopeful, but Chaplin was wary. So he decided. City Lights would contain no talking, but it would be heard. He composed the music and sound effects for the film, and at the film's world premiere on January 30th, 1931, the audience roared its approval.
My background as an animator was in silent material. In fact, in my case, not because I'm 100 years old, but because we were working for a TV program for deaf children. That was the first job I had, and that trained you, like the silent cinema, to communicate without words, without sound effects, and that's a fantastic discipline. Sometimes I think it's a tyranny as well, but somehow in Chaplin's hands it wasn't a tyranny, it was a triumphant thing. What has the human body got to play with? You know, you've got your face, of course, and Chaplin uses that beautifully, but you have particularly the tilt of the shoulders and the tilt of the hips and the weight. I must admit that instinctively, I'd like to work with a puppet that was more like Chaplin, that had every joint, you know, because I like a cat that can shrug its shoulders and hunch its shoulders and slump its spine, all these things that chickens can't do.
Mrs. Sweetie, the chickens are...
I love those things because I think, to me, that's the language of visual communication.
Chaplin was a perfectionist. He knew that the simplest gag required clockwork timing. Here he is, elaborating on his familiar gestures in a typical slapstick scene, the store window. But Chaplin has left us a document about his work methods. Here, in Counterpoint, is the rehearsal footage for this same scene shot a few days earlier.